Lessons, yo. I'm trying to download this video, but it's really not trying to download at all because I need to cover, get some storage done. And my internet's been acting kind of crazy throughout the whole fucking day, right? It's paid for and everything. But yo, the video was based on the fact that people really don't want you to grow, let alone lead your own life more so than they actually want to lead you into a life that is sort of something like their perverted version of what life should be, right? It's like giving your all of your energy and all of your time and all of your efforts and discipline to respect and trust a person that really is living a life off of a book, off of a movie that they saw, or off of an experience from somebody that excited the shit out of them from, they were sitting in a restaurant somewhere. It's not living a life that they ever lived. It's some people that really has this illusion. It's like people write books. I write fucking books. I write books, and it's like quotes. All my quotes, all the stuff that I think of is in books, right? It's not a whole fucking. Maybe I should one day write down my story. I should do that, but it's all, little by little. The lessons I learned is my story, right? But it's it's really understanding that, yo, some people really haven't really lived a life more so than really living a life through someone else's eyes or through someone else's stories or through someone else's emotions. Where we are all sponges, but there are some that are sponges to the point that they are actually living the illusion of the story that they read or the movie that they watched or the person that they listened to, and they're living that life. So they never really lived a life. But there are so many people that are so good at manipulating people's emotions and their mentals, where especially when it comes to titles and positions and family and friends and who they are and the importance of where we put them when it comes to our lives. It's like some people really haven't lived a life to the point that they can direct your life into living their life for them, right? Or they can direct your life into living a life that they never wanted you to live, because to them, the choices that they made, they can't live that life, but to you, they can change those wants for you, influence you into changing your direction, influence you into changing your fucking mind, influence you into not even thinking about it no more. Therefore, you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're doing the same thing as following the one that never really lived a life, but the life of a book, the life of somebody else, or following I did a video on this, following the footsteps of somebody else that really didn't even want to take those steps. It's like some people really do just follow along people that sound exciting, yet the excitement is from something else or someone else, where they don't have the papers to even say that, yo, you know what, I actually been there. I actually did do that. And I have fucking pictures to prove it. I have the papers to prove it. They don't. It's just the ego. And they're boasted up by other people that don't know any fucking better or don't even know the fucking story. And they're hyped up. Therefore, let's listen. It's all, everything is advertised. And all it is just to confuse your discernment, let alone your own intuition. Overall, not believing in what you feel is true to you. Therefore, you will believe any truths that's given to you, even if the truth isn't in the form of truth. Motherfuckers can dress up the truth as if they actually been somewhere and did something, yet all of it is a scrapbook of all their thoughts and ideas and dreams, and they never did anything for it. They never had any action put into it. They just wrote about it. And it's like some people, these Google witches, where they will come up with all the spells and all the fucking manipulation tactics from all types of books and surveys and all of these people and everything else. But those are everyone else's thoughts, ideas, and dreams as to how to stop another person from living their life. Yet they don't like the energy that comes back to them on how they can survive their life by putting out the same, putting out the same energy towards everyone else, and they can't accept it themselves. It's living through someone else's life because they're in fear of living their own life outside of what it is that they know is life, outside of what someone else told them that life should be, or outside of another person's experience, or just wearing a fucking t-shirt, to say that they did go there, or they did experience that, or they have the photo edit version of them being someplace, just to say that they've been somewhere, just to be a part of a crowd that they've been there, or to be of some certain status that says that they can go anywhere. When in truth, y'all, you don't have to. You can actually just be you, right? But some people really do believe that you have to do shit, everything with everyone, when most are more in fear of doing shit by themselves. more so than they are doing it by, doing it with everyone else. Because that's the same one that will actually get the t-shirt and say that they actually went, but they never did, because they were more in fear of everyone else not going, or they were in fear that nobody else did go, but they wanted to. And that's the fear that stopped them from actually living, because one to a few probably already made a trip or two to the same exact places. So they had that experience. So they can wear the t-shirt and say that they've been there. But the one that actually is in more fear and more scared. But they'll improv and say that they've been there too. And every time the ones that actually did go, they'll say that they went a week later, a week before, or they didn't go that year. They went years before. They don't have no pictures, or those were the times that people live through shit, right? Live through things, yet they never been through shit. But they got a good way of saying that they actually been there. Know that the most high God. You have a good one. Bye.